Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Public Health's virtual education series, Wažookį, Family Conversations. I'm Renelle, public health nurse, and I'm joined today by Jamie, the public health worker supervisor, who will help moderate today's session. The goal of this series is to gather, learn, and share about Ho-Chunk culture, resources, services, and the connection to health. In public health, we focus on prevention, promotion, and the protection of the health and well-being of our communities. Health and well-being are rooted in many aspects of our lives, from our physical body, our mental health, our spirit, the environment we live in, and much more. During these sessions, we will explore topics that can impact our health and well-being. Together, we will learn about tools and resources to improve our health and the health of our communities. A quick announcement for today. The weather is finally warm and gorgeous, and with the summer season brings summer block parties. We'll be hosting 6 summer block parties within our communities in our service delivery area, and we hope you will be able to visit us for some fun activities, health resources, door prizes, and some picnic food. If you have any questions about this summer block party, you can reach out to Melissa Govek, our public health specialist, and I'll put her email into the chat, or you can reach her at her Ho-Chunk extension of 35052. But with that, these events also take place on Wednesdays. So starting in June, our schedule for Wažookį is going to be a little different. So please keep an eye out for our flyers on TOB emails, the Wažookį, and our Facebook page, especially if you have the meeting invite already on your Outlook calendar. It's not going to necessarily match up. But without further ado, today we are happy to have Stephanie Clark and Rita Casper with Cedar Growth here to talk about financial health. So take it away.
Good afternoon, ladies, gentlemen. Stephanie and I are both struggling with allergies, so if we start coughing or sneezing, we're really sorry about that. But I guess it's the season that comes with that. So just a little bit of background about Cedar Growth. We were formerly known as First Nations Community Financial, so you will see us or hear us referred to as both names. At this time, we haven't completely rebranded, so both names we will go by, we will answer to, I guess, if you want to say. So here we do small dollar lending, and we also do counseling sessions, financial counseling sessions, such as running your credit report for you, going through it, explaining it to you, explaining how it's made up, the different parts of it, what to look for if you feel like you've been had identity theft. We can help you with disputes. We can help you with any aspect of that. We also help with budgeting. So if you or somebody you know is struggling to put a budget together, Stephanie and I are both trained on how to do that. We have different ways to go about it because everybody is different on how they learn and how they can save. We have our Pathways Home class, which is a first-time homebuyers education class that is very basic for somebody that is starting to look for buying a home or is in the process of buying a home. We really encourage everybody to take that because it's very educational. You get a book with it that is very helpful once you're in the process and even after you're done with the process. We do offer also a housing resiliency class, which is based off of, we suggest you take it about 6 months after you've bought a home. And that will kind of help you if you have questions of different projects that you should be doing within your home during seasons, about wills, about home equity, that sort of thing. We have an Indian entrepreneurship class if somebody is looking to start a business or already has an existing business. And we will pretty much can do any sort of financial coaching that you would bring to the table. We have lots and lots of resources, education. We can do them in a group setting, or we can do them one-on-one. We can come to you, you can come to us. We can do it via Zoom, WebEx, however, we'll make it work. I feel like finances is, some people don't always think of that as in a health situation, but I feel like if you are in a bad financial spot, you then feel bad about yourself, which then affects your health, your motivation to get up in the morning, to may go for a walk, or makes you probably will be more likely to eat comfort food rather than something that's healthy. So it's all a circle. So like I said, we are here to help however you may need us, or however anybody would want any sort of information from us. We also do lending on the small dollar. If you are a Ho-Chunk employee or a Ho-Chunk Nation tribal member, we do have loan products available. There are some requirements for it. Each loan has their different requirements. The one is you have to be employed for at least 6 months before we would take a look at your applications. Just to clarify, they are not grants, they are loans. You are required to pay them back. With the paybacks, if you're an employee, we offer what's called a wage assignment. And then you can pay the money comes right out of your check, and you can pay us back. And then that will help your credit report. And then you could, if you're not a home buyer, or you need to buy a new car, or even for getting into a rental, there's so many places now that run your credit report to help with the eligibility and where you would land for paying premiums and that sort of thing. We do have a fresh start loan, which is up to $5,000, and we use that if somebody would be struggling with collections on their credit report, or they would have some sort of a judgment. We've used it to help people pay their taxes, back taxes, any sort of a bill that is affecting your ability to build your credit, or getting into a home or that sort of thing. So that is something. With that, we do require that you do a one-on-one with either myself, Stephanie, or Ashley, to kind of make sure that that's the best route for you to go, and for you to understand why you're taking out the loan. We don't want it to just be a quick fix to pay off credit cards, and then in a year you're doing the same thing. We want to teach you how to get out of this habit of the spending and how to control that. I think that's pretty much everything in a nutshell. Is there any questions?
So every once in a while, I'll see your Jeopardy flyers come through the email.
Okay.
Can you talk about that for a bit?
So we did a series of lunch and learns. We've picked different financial topics and went around to the different offices, and it's about 45 minutes we do it. The first 10-15 minutes, one of us will speak on the topic. The last one we did was on predatory lending, and it's a very, very casual situation, or casual place. We kind of just go through what predatory lending was, how it can affect you, how to avoid it, what to look for. And then we played Jeopardy game with the question, or with the information that we had just gone over, and then other financial, like credit, budgeting. There was questions in there about that also. And then we played the game, and then you could win little prizes. Also, we provided lunch with each one of these, and then we did some gift card drawings. So we're hoping to start another round of these in the fall. So that would be something that you would watch for our flyers on either our website or also the TOB emails.
I was wondering if you guys provide any services to like youth services at all to help children to start to understand savings and I don't know, budgeting to save for that, wonderful toy or wonderful game that they want. If you guys have any materials that are geared towards them.
So we have had meetings set up. We've talked, we've never really gotten it off the ground. I would say we're more than happy to, get that relationship going, but we've never got it. I think when it was really kind of starting to get off the ground is when COVID hit, and then that shut down everything, and we haven't gotten back into that.
That
But
makes sense.
we have a lot of materials that would be geared towards any age group. So yes, we would definitely be happy to help with that.
I'm not actually with youth services. I just have kids. So
Well, we
And-
can
and I
always
have-
do a one-on-one with them too if you'd like.
Yeah, and I have a almost 12-year-old who thinks that money grows on trees, and that it enters her hand and it leaves her hand. And then I have the 19-year-old that's like, I think I'm going to get my per cap money now, and I think I'm going to spend it on all these ridiculous things. But then all of a sudden says, I think maybe I should buy a house, and they don't have a job.
Oh, no. We would definitely like to have a talk.
Because talking to
maybe
mom does
that's-
not work.
Nope, I understand. You can tell them the same thing and they're not going to listen, but sometimes if they hear it from a stranger, it makes more sense.
Yeah.
That would maybe be a class that taking the pathways class, it talks about the affordability. It's more than just buying the house, it's the maintenance, it's the upkeep, it's the responsibility, that sort of thing. So maybe the pathways class would be a very good option for your 19-year-old to see that
Yes.
it's more than just buying the structure.
Yes. Thank you.
Yes. Does anybody else have any other questions?
Not
So
a very
I have a-
chatty group today.
I was just wondering about the block parties. So what are you looking at? Like, do you want us to set up a table? Or is that something that we could send our information with you and you could put it out for us if somebody's not able to attend? I guess,
Yeah,
what are you?
absolutely. Yep. If
Okay.
you're not able to attend, we'll set out materials for you, but we would absolutely love you to come because
Okay.
no one can talk about your program better than you can, to get people set up with those resources, those classes,
Correct.
things like
Yes,
that.
yes.
And if you can bring a fun game, that would also be great.
Okay.
Make it interactive. Maybe bring Jeopardy on a small scale.
We could maybe do like on the spinny wheel, have like a question or something like that. Yeah, that's easy. We have one of the wheels that you spin, and that seems to get people interactive and more than just, having the information sitting there. It gets people that are, yep, financial literacy quiz. Great idea.
I had one
Well,
more
if-
question. At the last, what was it? Not meeting. Ah, I can't think of what it's called right now. That's how my brain's working. The big meeting that was like in September, I think it was.
General Counsel.
Thank you, because it just went whoop out of my brain. Did you guys have a booth there too, where you were doing things with students? Or was that another financial agency?
We had a booth. I don't know if we offered anything,
Okay.
any
There was-
financial.
There was someone there, some group that was having like go through some I don't know exactly what it was since I'm not a kid, but some sort of materials, and then the kids got like some money for doing it. And let me tell you, that booth had the longest line ever in it, and I was just like, where is this at? What's going on? So I was so nosy.
That was the financial literacy where through education. for
Ah, okay.
those kids that were getting their trust fund. So they had a booth set up for them.
Okay, that must have been what it was, because there were a lot of kids in that particular area, including my son, and I was like, "What is going on?" So I was just nosy if that was you guys or someone else, but it must have been a big hit, whatever they were having them do.
We've done financial frenzy in the past. It's been a few, right, 5 years, 6 years ago, where we would get the kids together and you would give them like different scenarios, like if they were, you know, single parents or one was working, one wasn't working, they had different occupations, they would have to go around to different booths, um, and, you know, spend so much on groceries. And it was kind of like a real life scenario. And then
I
at the end, they would have like kind of to figure out how much they would have a budget and then how much
Yeah.
they were ended up with at the end of the month. We actually had like where you'd have like an emergency was thrown in there, like an emergency room visit, or you got a speeding ticket or that sort of thing. We had done that in the past. And I know that it's been asked several times to bring back. We were trying to figure out how to do it on a smaller scale with the youth because it takes a lot of legwork and a lot of dedication from different agencies in that. So that's something that I know we've talked about in the past. So that's probably, I think that's similar to what you're talking about, that the
I
that the
think it
education
is.
department. Yes.
Yeah, I think because I worked in youth services before, like years and years ago. I think it's been like at least 15 years, but yeah, okay.
Yeah.
And I remember we did that at the House of Wellness or something, and
Yep.
yeah, that was pretty
Yep.
cool.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm really done bothering you now.
Does anyone else have any questions for Stephanie and Rita? Well, hi, Rachel. We have Stephanie and Rita on from Cedar Growth. Do you happen to have any questions for either of them?
No, I don't have any questions. Thank you.
Hi, Rachel.
Hi there. I'm just listening.
We talked pretty quick today.
Yeah.
Is the meeting all done then?
Yep, we were just taking questions right
Oh.
now in case anybody
Okay,
had
I'm
any.
Okay, I'm just gonna listen.
Okay. So what is the best way for someone to reach either of you?
So you can either go onto our website, there is, all of our contact information is on there, or you can call our office or send us an email. Both of our emails are in the nation directory, and our office number, is 715-284-2470.
Thank you. Put that in the chat if anybody needs it. And if no one else has any questions, I will close us out. I have a quick form to show. So we're trying to get some feedback about this series. I have put the link to the survey in the chat. Otherwise, you can use the QR code, scan it with your phone. Or if you're not comfortable taking the survey and you would just rather talk to Jamie or I've put our emails in the chat, or you can call either of us by our cell phone. We really want to know how we can improve this series, learn what kind of topics that you would like to learn more about, or other programs you would like to learn more about. Any feedback is greatly appreciated. So just pause here for a moment for people to grab that QR code if needed. Well, Pinagigi, Stephanie, and Rita, thank you. Some great information to reflect on for building our financial health in the future for us and for our kiddos. And thank you everyone for joining us. As a reminder, these sessions are recorded and will be available on the Department of Health website on the public health page and on the Department of Health Facebook page. We look forward to seeing you at our next session on Wednesday, May 21st from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. We will be joined by Pam Thunder, registered sanitarian with Ho-Chunk Environmental Health. She's going to talk about climate change, health, and the next 7 generations. You can use the same link as you used today to join all future sessions. If you'd like to add the recurring WebEx link to your calendar, please email Jamie and I, and we'll forward you the invite. Well, thank you, everybody. Have a great rest of your day.
Yep, thank you, you too.
Same to you all.
You.